What's good, Commanders fans? The Washington Commanders have officially signed running back Austin Ekeler to a 2-year, $11.43 million deal. You know the familiarity with Anthony Lynn. Had a couple good seasons with Anthony Lynn when Anthony Lynn was the head coach with the LA Chargers, or San Diego Chargers at the time. Yeah, they were the LA Chargers. But I love this signing, man. I do. And a lot of people have mixed reviews about this signing. Everybody's saying that Austin Ekeler is washed. He's not the same guy. This is a lateral move towards with Antonio Gibson. Why not just draft a rookie? You still can draft a guy. I mean, you do have Chris Rodriguez, but you still can draft. I still wouldn't mind them. You know, you have 2/3. I mean, I wouldn't draft a running back in the third round, but you have a bunch of picks where if you still want to draft another speedy back in the 5th or 6th round or something like that, I have no problem with that. But Austin Ekeler, he is an upgrade over Antonio Gibson, and that's a fact. And I wish Gippy well with the Patriots. I wish him nothing but the best. Austin Ekeler, he played through an ankle injury last year. No, everybody's showing the clip against the Packers where he bounced outside and he looks like he's running like 2 miles an hour. And then there's the running joke that if it was 2020, we signed Zach Ertz and we signed Austin Ekeler. If it was 2020, these would be great A-plus signings if it was 2020. But I think it's a good signing. And you look at the NFC East, they're making big moves. The Giants just got Brian Burns. The Eagles just got Saquon Barkley. Everybody has been very, very active, really, except for the Cowboys at this point, except for Dak filing a lawsuit against a lady or something like that, what I heard about. But neither here nor there. Austin Ekeler, I think this is a darn good signing. I do. And you look at the receiving yards, because B-Rob's still the number one back to me. In my opinion, he's still running back number one. We just need Ekler to come in and be a really good third down back. There's like a stat where we haven't had like a 40-plus yard run or like a 50-plus yard run or an explosive play like that from the running back position in a while. I know we had a couple big screen passes to B-Rob last year, but other than that, it's like we don't have those big home run plays, and Ekler is still capable of doing that. Let him have a full offseason of rest and getting healthy, and we have that 1-2 punch. I already said B-Rob is thunder, Austin Eckler's lightning, man. B-Rob's a touchdown machine. Eckler's a touchdown machine. Let's just take a look at the numbers. Now, I'll look at the negatives too, the pros and cons. We'll look at some of the negatives from Austin Eckler's year last year. He had a down year. That's a fact. Yards per carry went down. Had a couple of drops. His catch rate went down. Yards per carry went from 4.5 to 3.5. His catch percentage went from 84.3% to 68.9%. So that's not good. He's a guy that he had one foot out the door with the Chargers. He requested a trade last year. He was requested permission to ask for a trade. Also, the Commanders were reported to have interest in Austin Ekeler last year as well. I know it's a whole different regime, but it is interesting this new regime got a deal done with Ekler with Anthony Lynn being here. So let's just look at some of the catch numbers here. Receptions, 107 receptions in 2022 for 722 yards. That's insane from a running back. 107 catches. That is perfect for Drake May. That is perfect for Jaden Daniels. Either one of those young guys. You have security blankets in Austin Ekeler on third down. You have a security blanket in Zach Ertz on third down. You have chain movers on third downs. Security blankets. And I can't wait to see that Austin Ekeler jersey. I already said on Twitter, that all-black Austin Ekeler jersey, whatever number he's going to get, whether it's 30, I would give him something different, like number 0 or something like that. Just something real, just a sexy jersey number, just 0 and all black saying Ekler, a guy just breaking tackles, making people miss in the phone booth, giving the ball on 3rd and 11. He breaks a couple tackles, gets into the end zone, and just dives into the end zone like we've seen him do many, many, many times before. So touchdown machine, 2022, 13 touchdowns. 2021, 12 touchdowns. On the ground, 8 touchdowns receiving in 2021. 20 touchdowns total. 18 touchdowns total in 2022 with 5 touchdowns receiving. 722 receiving yards in 2022. 647 receiving yards in 2021. You take it all the way back to 2019, a 993 receiving yards. So it's crazy that he's never had a 1,000-yard receiving season on the ground, but he's a versatile, he's a dynamic wide receiver type of running back. And in the air raid offense under Cliff Kingsbury, I'm super excited. See, lining up 4 receivers, Terry, Jahan. I would bring back Curtis if you could. I wouldn't mind that at all. Curtis, I guess Diambi, you can throw him out there, our rookie wide receiver in the draft. And then you have one tight end with Zach Ertz, and then Ekler in the backfield. Or you can go 5 out, Ekler be a receiver. all the things that they said every year after year after year. This is what we're gonna do with Gibby. This is what we're gonna do with Gibby. This is a guy that can really, really, really do it as a wide receiver and a running back. So I'm super excited for Ekler. He did have 5 fumbles last year. He had 5 fumbles in 2022. So he's gonna clean that up, but he's not gonna have the opportunity to fumble as much because B-Rob's gonna get those first down touches, those second down touches. 3rd and 9, that's when you put Ekler in the ball game where you switch it up, that thunder lightning. So I'm excited, man. I love this signing. I really do. I like the signing a lot. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews about it, but I think this is a darn good signing, man. I really do. I think this is a darn good signing for sure. By signing Austin Ekeler on a relatively good deal, man. It's a relatively good deal. It's not like we're signing Larry Johnson back in the day and Willie Parker and Sean Alexander and guys like that. This guy is 29 years old, man. Undrafted free agent. Got it out the mud in 2020 when he drafted 2017. Worked his way up in the league for sure. 5'10", 200 pounds. He's 28 and 299 years old, so he will be 29 soon. Went to Western State. So this guy's a touchdown machine, man. Anytime touchdown score, book it for Austin Ekeler. Last year he had 6 touchdowns, which was a down year for him. And he's been relatively healthy. 16 games in 2021, 17 games in 2022, 14 games in 2023 as well. Started all 14, played 16 games in 2019 as well. So Austin Ekeler, I remember when we played against him a couple of years ago when Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt on the first play of the game, second play of the game. And Austin Ekeler had a good game against us as well. I want to say he had a touchdown that game. So let's look at the bad for Austin Ekeler. Like I said, I'm excited about the move, but I'm not going to ignore some of the negatives about the move as well. Some of the things that have gone down hill for Austin Ekeler since last year. So this is a stat this is by Tyler Weiss on Twitter. Austin Ekeler, since he returned from injury in week 6, yards per attempt, which was 3rd lowest in the league, 3 fumbles, which was tied for 1st. 53 PFF grade, which was 2nd lowest in the league for running backs. 58.9 run grade, which was 6th lowest for running backs. 2.35 yards after contact, which was 7th lowest for running backs. 41 receiving grade, which was 2nd lowest. 4 drops, which was 3rd most. And then his elusiveness grade was 30.9, which was 6th lowest in the NFL, which is pretty darn bad. We'll just be honest here. That was pretty awful. It was bad, but he was playing through an ankle injury last year. So, like I said, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. In a 2-year deal for $11.43 million, like, it's not a bad deal at all, man. And like I said, look at the NFC East. You got to have a good group of running backs. You have to have a good group of running backs. Saquon. Dallas don't have anybody right now, but the Eagles, they got Saquon. The Giants just got Devin Singletary, so I'm not really concerned about that. But you got to have a good running game, especially to support your young quarterback. We're going to get a young quarterback. We're going to get a rookie quarterback for sure. Frankie Louvu, just look at some of the stuff he's done. Next gen stats, completion percentage, 56.4% allowed, which was 1st as the nearest defender in the 2023 season. Completion percent over expected was negative 19.4%, which was 1st. And then coverage success rate was 64.1%, which was 5th. Receptions over expected, negative 7.6, which was 3rd. Next gen stats. So a lot of nerdy stats there. But it just shows you the context of how good Frankie Louvu was, man. I think, and this is not like a F1, we're just going to fire up the jet and go signing guys. These are all calculated signings, in my opinion. We needed a center, so you go out and get Tyler Biadasz. We needed a defensive end, so you go out and get Doris Armstrong. You needed a speedy running back, a shifty running back that can take a screen pass and scamper up the field for 30, 40 yards, and Austin Ekeler, who can still, I think he's still capable of doing that in a 2-year, $11.43 million deal. You go out there and finally get a linebacker that's not a former Panther, well, he's a former Panther, but not a former run guy, and a guy that can actually move and make tackles and rush the passer and can move his feet, not like David Mayo. We saw him in that drill where he's on the sidelines doing the cone drill. He looks like he can barely move. Or Cody Barton on a 1-year deal who can't cover anybody. You got a guy in Frankie Louvu who can play downhill and make plays, and ball is life for Frankie Louvu, who can get after the quarterback. He had a Defensive Player of the Week award where he had like 2 sacks, a forced fumble. Then he had a pick 6 in one game as well. So this is a guy that makes plays in Frankie Louvu. So I like all the moves that they made. Yes, they're a lot of them former Cowboys. I think more former Cowboys to come on the way. Stephon Gilmore's a guy I think I would take a look at for sure, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of moves to be made for sure. I'm just going to check my timeline just to make sure nothing else happened. Like I said in my last video, Aziz Al-Shaair is expected to sign with the Texans per source, the former Titan 49er, reunited with D'Amico Ryan. So that's a guy that is off of the list there. I know a lot of people were connecting him because he was with the 49ers with Adam Peters. But I really, really like this 1-2 punch with B-Rob, that thunder and lightning, man. So B-Rob cooking, B-Rob being that bruiser, and then you know, when you just getting banged up, we hit you with the finesse with Austin Ekeler. So, and then Chris Rodriguez, he can get in the mix too, man. So I like this move too, man. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of this move. I like it. I really do. So like a lot of people are saying they feel like we could have addressed running back in the draft rather than giving money to Austin Ekeler. So a lot of people are saying that, but I still think you can still draft a running back, and a running back class is not a decorated class like we've seen before. And I think this is a good move. I really do. I think this is a good move. Let's just shore up that left tackle spot. I want to see what they do there. I want to see what they do at left guard, and then right tackle as well. Are they going to keep Wiley there, or are they going to sign somebody else? So I think there's some more moves to be made for sure. And just addressing the linebacker position is just odd. It's something that we don't see from the Commanders' front office. And this is the dawn of a new day with Adam Peters, a young, innovative mind, making some young, aggressive moves with the cap, man. We got the money to spend, and they're spending it. They're not being crazy with it. They're calculated moves, in my opinion. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Health Commanders. Peace. And Aaron Jones was available. I know that from the Packers and Derrick Henry, but I just didn't think we were going to get those guys. And I don't think we needed. I wanted to keep Brian Robinson as running back one because I believe that he's really a legitimate running back one, and I'm happy that he's keeping it that way. Anthony Lynn is the run game coordinator. I think he's going to work wonders. And we've seen what Anthony Lynn has done with the run game. The Bills helping McCaffrey with the Niners, the Jets, everywhere Anthony Lynn has gone, it's been a legitimate run game. So I'm excited to see what he does with B-Rob and Ekler and Chris Rodriguez, and see if they draft another running back. All right, you guys. For the Commanders. Peace.